Hi, I'm Angelica Sims, and today I will be showing you a how-to on how to dye an Easter egg. Imagine you are a little kid and it's springtime. The grass is green, the wind blowing through your hair as you race the other kids to search for colored eggs that magically appeared on the ground. Dyeing Easter eggs is a fun, hands-on activity you can do to pass time, especially during the spring season. I used to love making these when I was younger. With further research, I have learned the right tricks to make these colorful eggs. Easter egg dyeing is a simple task that uses items you probably already have in your household. To achieve these colorful eggs, you will need to know how to prepare the eggs, how to dye the eggs. Once we go over the basics, we will take a look at how to make different designs. First, let's talk about how to prepare the eggs. There are two methods to preparing the eggs, the poke and yolk or the boiling method. You can poke a hole on the top and the bottom of the egg and blow out the yolk into a separate container. I personally wouldn't recommend this method because it makes the eggshell more fragile, but if you plan on saving this egg as a future decoration, that would be the way to go. I personally would recommend the boiling method. Fill a pot 2/3 of the way full, or enough to submerge the eggs. Leave on high heat until the water begins to boil. A tip I found on Don Perry's The Secret to Boiling Eggs for Easter, January 20, 2020, was to lower the eggs down in a small strainer. That way they don't crack when they hit the bottom of the pot. Lower to medium heat. Since we're going for a hard-boiled egg, we're going to cook the eggs for 10 minutes. After they are done cooking, transfer to an ice bath or run under cold water until you're able to handle them. Now that we have talked about how to prepare the eggs, we are going to talk about how to actually dye the eggs. For this step, the ingredients that you will need are warm water, white vinegar, and food coloring. Get a container and fill it with half a cup of warm water, or enough to submerge the eggs, a teaspoon of white vinegar, and 10 to 20 drops of food coloring of your choice. Add the dye until you get the color that you want. According to Lauren Phillips' How to Dye an Easter Egg, January 28, 2019, you can lower the eggs using a tong, a spoon, or a wired egg holder. If you are going for more of a pastel toned egg, you want to leave it in the dye mixture for less time. If you're going for a more vibrant color, you're going to want to leave the eggs in there for a little bit longer. Once you're happy with the color you like, take it out of the dye mixture and set it aside to dry. Now that we've discussed how to prepare the eggs and how to dye the eggs, let's take a closer look on the different designs we can make on the eggs. There are so many possibilities for different egg designs. These designs can be achieved by using various dyeing techniques and different materials. A design I found on Sarah Schieber's and Hadley Mendelssohn's 26 Easter egg dyeing ideas that look like art, February 14, 2020. A design that really stood out to me was the baby chick. To achieve this look, I dyed the entire egg a light yellow. Then I held the egg on the bottom fourth in a pink color. I then took a Sharpie and drew on the eyes, beak, a little suit, and some hair. Some other designs that you can try is using a rubber band. The rubber band method means that you take an egg, wrap it in rubber bands, and place it in the dye. This will give you a design similar to one like this. Another thing you can experiment with is using a crayon or an oil pastel. Because the material on them are water resistant, you can do little designs or write a message. When you go to dye the egg, it will come out something like this. You can use any color you want, but I decided to go with the white. As you can see, I did a little swirl design and it didn't stick to the egg. You can also incorporate stickers that your kid might have around the house. I used those stickers to achieve a little floral egg. Place the stickers on before you dye the eggs, and after you're done, let them sit for a few seconds. Then you are able to peel off the stickers and you're left with the design. And lastly, earlier we talked about how to basically dye an egg. This is how mine turned out. I left it in there for about 5 minutes to achieve a pastel color. In conclusion, Easter egg dyeing is a fun activity to pass time and get creative. Easter egg dyeing is easy to learn, and they can be made with things you probably already have in your pantry. We went over how to achieve these colorful eggs by learning how to prepare the eggs, how to dye the eggs, and we took a closer look at different designs. Now that you know how to make these colorful eggs that magically appeared at Easter.